another lovely morning, girls. Join me back on the bank for Friday Open at Messingham Sands. Looking last night, there was 31 booked on. They've actually 38, which is an amazing turnout for a Friday. So it was split between Swan and Islands. I wanted Islands, and I wanted to be at the bottom end of Islands, and I got my wish. Peg 53. Those that know it, I think there's probably been more carbon smashed in this peg than any other on the lake. But we'll turn you around and have a quick look at it. So you've got like a big reed bed in here, obviously little island, and then there's a little island. Probably can't see it, there's a little island there at about 17 metres, and then just an absolutely awesome edge down there. And then there's a big lily bed sometimes over there in sort of winter time, well, summertime, sorry. There's a big lily bed over there, sort of thing. But yeah, I'm mega happy with this one. I think when the sun comes out, we'll see a lot of fish about. Definitely want to be like this end, obviously this end of the lake, so the bottom end, as you can see. I'll spin you around again. So like your early numbers, so like that's peg 4 up there, right on that bank. 48 obviously is one of the really good pegs, which is straight opposite. When it gets warmer at this end, it's absolutely awesome sometimes. I mean, you can even, I've drew it in festivals and just caught like £300 short basically. But yeah, I think it'll be, see what the sun does when it gets out. I'm ridiculously early just in case I have to walk all the way down the arm, because then I still need to buy a barra of some description. But yeah, mega happy with the draw. Plenty on, good day, I'm sure it'll be alright. But we'll get some gear out and tie some heavy rigs. Yeah, last time I drew on this, I think I fished 024 to 021 and still got smashed to pieces. So let's see if we can do any good. But yeah, we'll get some gear out and we'll catch you up when the sun comes out and it warms up a little bit. Right, we're finally set up and ready. Took us a time, that's why I like Messingham. You get nice, we drew at about 8 o'clock, so don't start till 10:30. So I've had to make all rigs because a normal 019 mainline rig will not suffice on this peg. We'll turn you around to the peg first and we'll have a little bit of a, we'll see what we're going to do. I've got a rough idea in my head, but obviously I can try to keep it as simple as I can, but I have got a couple of extra little lines if I need them. So first, as you can see, I've got all this big corner to myself. It's notorious for catching like fish, holding fish at this time of year, because it's only like 3.5 foot deep everywhere in the peg. So first line, I've just pumped up down there. I'm going to feed some micras. I'm going to fish corn or meat on the hook, and then it's about 2 foot there. You probably see them stirring it up as they come in. Then if we go a bit further out, I've pumped up a line at 13 metres on the bottom over there in line with that platform. I've not done it too close to the corner, because when you hook them, they just go vroom, as you can imagine. But I've got that line out there. That's a line that I'm probably going to leave for later on. I've got a short pellet line, 8mm, that's for later on as well. I'll just chuck a few in there. I have got, this is a bit of a backup line, this. I'm going to chuck some meat in. I might not do it to start with, but I've just plumbed up out of the way to the right. I didn't want to get involved with all that. I mean, I can do, I've got the rig to do it if I need to, but I kind of want to avoid that because obviously it's mega snaggy. Just going to chuck some meat in. That's more for like F1s, you catch some skimmers, tench, crusions, all that sort of thing on that line, maybe an odd carp. I think main line, well, it's going to be mugging. There'll be a lot of mugfish, there's an odd one moving about now. So the start probably mugging, but then I'm going to be chucking a bomb, method and a waggler. Just, you can't really see because of the sun unfortunately, but just to the right of like a long, there's a little island here and then there's a long island, so I'm going to be chucking to the long island to the right. It's just like in there somewhere. I'm going to feed some 8mm out there, we're chucking a bomb and a waggler and a method as well. Spoke to the Mark Runnels on this peg last week. He had £150 I think he said, and he caught everything on a method feeder. to that spot, to that long island. That's where most of the fish have been so far at the minute. I say it's going to be a steady one. I don't want to like feed everywhere. I might just chuck some meat in and micros down close in the edge, because what I'm finding here, if you start short to yourself and then work your way out, sometimes if you feed short, if you feed long, they don't come short, and they're easier to obviously get in and catch short. So we'll spin you around, hopefully the sun and you can see me still. So I've got 3 rods at the minute. I've been in a bit of a quandary with elasticated stems. Because it's like a snaggy peg, I feel like the elastic gives me that bit more of like a shock absorber. So I've gone for elastic stems today. At Messingham you can use, it's sort of whatever you want to use really. So I've got 2 elastic stems on my bomb rods. I've got one with a method on at the minute, and then I've got one with a bomb on with a size. Well, we'll not really talk about hooks yet, we'll do that as we're fishing. And then I've just got a waggler rod with a little water waggler on it. That's like a mugging / on me feed. But yeah, we'll go through bait and rigs in a separate little bit. But yeah, we'll catch up with you and have a look at some rigs and bait. Right, so bait wise, I'll turn you around. Got the usual oiled 8mm for the bomb and short pole down the edge. Got some 6s, sometimes I like to feed 6s down the edges on here and then fishing 8mm over the top. I've got some corn for down the edge or even on the bomb. I've got 8mm meat and 6mm meat for that short line or down the edge as well. I've got a big tub of micros that I've like over soaked and are nice and stodgy for down the edge. And in this tub here I've got like my working micros for my method feeder. And then I devised yesterday and dyed up. So I've got some, put it around. This is quite an handy little tub. So I've got some non-oiled 6mm for mugging, which I like. A lot of people talk about the paleness of these pellets here. So they're really good for mugging. I say I've dyed some red ones. Got some red 6s. Same again with the 8mm, pale 8s. Red 8s. It just gives me an option when I'm mugging. And I've got some wafters and bits and bobs as well. So bait wise it's really simple. It'll be a lot of 8mm today I think, with the warmth and everything, mugging and on that bomb. And then I've obviously spoken about rods, but rig wise I'm trying some new, I've just received from Fever, I've just got the new elastics, the new hybrid range, the 2nd generation hybrid stuff. I couldn't have picked a better peg to try the Carp Whopper size, which is 16 to 18, but apparently it plays like a 20 to 22, so it'll be really interesting today whether it's going to be strong enough. I know obviously a lot of places it would be, but this is 53 on islands at Messingham, and it can be a bit brutal. But anyway, rig wise I'm not going to bore you too much with it. I've literally got a 0.5 MN margin for down the edge. This will be like a solid bulk, so it's say what we've got 2 foot deep. I've got 2 MN Oreos in a 4x10 and a 4x12, one slightly heavier than the other one. And then I've just got 2 Carp Carbons, or Carbon Slim X's I think they used to be called, Carp Carbons, I'm not sure what they are now. I know he's done a bit of work on them. And I've got 3 of those. I've got a 0.3 for meat, a 0.3 for pellet short, and then a 0.4 for long down that edge. They're all, I think, the meat rig side to 0.19, the edge rigs 0.23, one mugging rig to 0.23, the other one to 0.21. They've all got LWG 14s on to either 0.17 or 0.19. I usually like to step up to MWGs in this peg. Hence the strong main, I can even go up to 0.21 if I start losing them. Sounds daft, it's only April. But yeah, lots of fish about. I don't think you'll be able to see any. In them reeds, there's a lot of fish in there. But yeah, we'll catch you, start mugging, I think. I'm going to have to, I don't want to feed anywhere really. Don't get anything mugging. Probably feed some bait down my left edge, and then we'll chuck a method feeder out. But other than that, looking forward to this. Maybe a bit overkill. It's £100 net limit here because obviously they don't lift them out. 3 nets. Maybe need them, maybe don't. We'll see. Anyway, we'll finish sorting some rigs out, and then we'll catch you when we're fishing. There we are. Look at this fish. Mugging away, just flicking a pellet about till I see one to that island to start with. And then if I see one, I can just drop onto it. Elastic feels good. This one didn't run away when I hooked it though, which is a start. So if you use one of them pale 8 mils, just flick it about. It took a couple of attempts to flick at this one. Decent fish. Good. 6-7 pounds. Get the clicker out. Yes. Oh, look at that double tops, beautiful. First fish I've mugged all year, that, Jeff.
I should think so, we've only just come out to win.
Oh, get my clicker sorted. Have a look. Good start. Oh, give that £6. Yeah, so it's a good start. Just a case of flicking about, really. There was a couple there, but they didn't want to take it. Give it a couple of flicks before it's noggin and took it out. Elastic hand a bit more anyway. But yeah, in the meantime, I can't see any muggers. These descend to patrol this island. I'm just going to keep having a flick. Flick out there like that towards that island, there might be one. Take the time once I've hooked it and got away from the snags. This elastic feels really good, to be fair. I had my worries.
He's got donkeys now, he's so cute, what magic. Then taking him far out, having two elastic and have them two back.
Good fish when you get them on here. 5 pounds. These out. Oh, got to be strong to do that. Whew. Once you get them turned, they seem to come out alright. I was nearly under the next platform, that one. So once you get them out, just play them gently. He's not really fighting now, that initial run, he says. Not speaking too soon. Got the gear on. Oh, big fish, I think, as well. It's always the risk you take on a peg like this, how close do you go to that corner, but if there's fish there, that's where you go. Oh, big fish though. 6-7 pound. Yeah. 8 pound. Oh yeah. Good fish that. About 8 pounds, something like that. Yeah, once you get them away from the snags, they come in relatively easy, but it's getting them away from the snags to start with. But yeah, you don't need to be bagging up when they're that big. So that's £31 after 5 carp and a tench, so that's just over an hour in. £30 an hour, £150, isn't it? Well, £180, 6 hours, so that's how we've got to look at things. Yeah, I'll keep on doing what I'm doing. Keep feeling that bottom line. I think I've just got to be patient, waiting for these fish to swim past. They're not always going to be there, but so if they're that big and you can get them out, then it's worth doing. Definitely a lot more starting to show as well now. Good. 2 hours and 20 minutes in. I'm up to, what have I got my clicker? 56 on my clicker. Just mugging them again, really. What I've just done is I've chucked my bomb out just to rest this corner, and already, as soon as I've put my pole down, they've started appearing again. So I think that'll be the theme. I don't want to just sit there and mug them all day and give them a bit of give them a bit of a rest. But so I've got £56, so that's what we're 2 hours in. That's good. That I'm happy with that. So usually on it, islands in general, it gets better the later you get on, especially now we're fishing later as well. There's loads of fish out there on this bomb line. I can see them, but just got to be patient with it, I think. Just sit there and wait for it to go around rather than just keep bringing it in and chucking it out. I've learnt that anyway of my last few visits on here. Yeah, a method might even be better. I've got a method rod. I haven't chucked it out yet, but sometimes you catch better on a method of your bait than an actual pellet. Depends what mood they're in. Not fed loads out there. I've kept pinging in 5 or 6 all the time. Sometimes in here though, you'll chuck it out, and then, oh, that was a liner, I think. There's fish out there, definitely fish out. I can see an odd fish milling about out there as well, but it doesn't mean they're feeding, that's for sure. think give this like 4 to 5 minute chucks. Don't want to be sat on it too long. I've got my mugging rig down to my side anyway. There's another one popping up now, so I can always revert back to that if I need to between casts. So as soon as I put my pole down, there's loads more fish showing again. Just out of pole range though, but if I leave it for a bit they might come in. There we go, there's one. So that'll come after about 3 minutes that. Just got to guide them away from the island. So they have a tendency on here to make a run between that little island and the big one. But either that or they run straight to your right, but normally they run to the left. So I wanted to use that elasticated feeder just to see if it would like absorb the bite, so they didn't feel out of full weight, so you got a bit of like a shocker, haven't you? So I've not really, it's not something I've really done a lot of, but I did go for a period of using them and I did like them, especially in here because sometimes they just seem to fall off for no reason. Ghosty. Yeah, just keep rotating, mugging and everything. And bomb for now. 4-pounder. I think we'll be on for a good day. See, now I've put this in my net. If it'll come out, it's angry. Angry ghosty. So I put that in my net, and then there's a. There was a chance to mug one. There might be a chance to mug one. Have a look. So I've already got my pole together and everything, so got a few sections, so I can go straight back out and try and. Is it in there somewhere? Felt like I could see one in there. That's the sort of day I'm going to be having now. I'm going to be swapping between that bomb and mugging for the first half of the match at least. So we're not even 10 minutes short of 2 hours at the minute. So, and there's still opportunities to get fish all over in my peg. That's why I've not really fed like long down this edge or anything yet. So if I want to be a bit risky, there is one right in the corner, but for now I'm not taking like massive risks somewhere. I'm trying to mug them or anything, but it's always good to have your head on a swivel because there could be one just pop up, an easy one or something, and you don't want to miss out on it. There's a couple coming, but yeah, so I'm up to, let's click that one. So that's got £60 on my clicker, which is, I'd expect like 180 to 200 to win today. Just because someone like, I'm sat on this peg and there'll be a load of muggers or someone will catch on a bomb somewhere. Maybe like early 50s on swan or something can be really good on bomb this time of year. But yeah, we'll keep rotating and we'll catch up with you in a bit. Right, so we're just coming up to halfway now. And I reckon I've got about 76 in my first net, and then I've got £8 in my second net. I did just hook one mugging to my left, and it's just torn off into the corner and come off. I didn't snap me, it just come off. So I've been feeding this bomb line for a while. I haven't been on it yet, but I've pretty much mugged everything. I've had one on the bomb. I mugged everything else. Been big fish though, to be fair. They're averaging £6, I want to say. So I've maybe got, what have I got? 12, 13 carp. There's not a bigger one in there, like. So there's not as many showing themselves now on that, coming out that corner. So I'm just gonna spend half an hour chucking a method or a bomb onto this line where I've been feeding. There's not as many fish in general showing themselves, which could mean they might be having a chew. But yeah, George said round the back of the island, round the back of the big island to the left, he said there's a lot of fish around there just sunbathing, so hopefully when they want to have a chew, they'll come round and find these pellets that I've got on this bomb line. But yeah, other than that, it's good really. It's just steady. I've just been sat waiting for a fish to come along. I've only fed my edge still. I've started chucking a few 8mm short just for later on. Just on my 2+3 line there. But other than that, it's just steady away really. It's just, I don't know who's catching. Jeff's had a few next door. I think he's had 10 now maybe. But yeah, it's just steady really. I'm not pushing my peg massively. I'm just taking it nice and easy. I said there was a massive group of them come. I hooked one and it's just torn off, and it did. I pulled them a bit hard maybe. It got to the platform leg nearly in the corner, so I had to pull a bit harder. But no, big liner. No, but I think I'm just gonna spend half an hour being patient on bomb and on method. Just keep alternating. I'll see which one's better than the other. So there's a few fish out there. You see an odd one moving and that. They might just want a bomb and double cone or something rather than a pellet or a method. But yeah, we'll find out. We're just going to take it steady. 5-minute chucks I think we're going to go for. So, but yeah, that's the little update. About halfway-ish, yeah, about halfway. So we've got about £80 I wanna guess at, which is good. So we've got 3 hours left, and in here it's, if you catch 5 fish an hour, that can be £30. So if they turn up down the edge or short, then it could be all hell breaks loose late on, but I'm not sure. I'm half tempted to feed some, just tap some pellets in on that 30 metre down to my left, just see if there's out there, but I don't want to commit to it too early because it might push the muggers off, but there ain't any muggers anymore, so it could be one of them. It could be worth doing. I think maybe once I've had a couple of chucks on this, I'll review the situation and see where we're going. But yeah, other than that, I think it's just steady away for the minute. Just be patient. Big fish in this peg, so you don't need many. But yeah, that's a little mid-match update. We'll keep you updated as we go along. Hopefully this is going to go around on camera. My bomb behaved well earlier and did, so we'll keep it running for a little bit anyway, but that's... Oh. And I've got no idea how that's on. That must have been a big liner or something, but anyway, we'll keep it running for a little bit and see if we get anything. Donkey. Oh. Unit. Turn the camera on at the right point. Dynamite, I looks it up. Literally just about to turn the camera on to do an update. Rod's gone round on bomb. Oh, where's this going? Doing the usual trick on this peg and going round the side of that island. Fine if you don't pull so hard. Just stand up. So we've got 2 hours and 15 left. I reckon I've got about 105, 105, something like that. It's been steady away really. I've not had any more muggers. I've had one little one on one small carp on method, and I had one about, well, sorry, it was a double, maybe 10-12 pounds, and then a smaller one. It's my second fish on bomb. And 2 chooks, literally just landed one. So yeah, I think it's steady for now. If we can keep catching steady, up nicely. Maybe not as big. That little one. Yeah, I think if we can keep catching steady on this bomb, we'll... Oh, come out, isn't it? Yeah, if we catch steady on this bomb, I think we'll be happy. Float down. But yeah, I've got 110, something like that. I reckon I'm going to say now. So it's ticking over nicely. 2 and a bit hours to go. So I think we're looking at towards 150, 160. I think will be a good target weight. There's barely any fish showing themselves anymore, at all anywhere in my peg. So hopefully they've gone down for a bit of a chew. I have started pinging some pellets along up the edge at 13, just for that deck rig I set up. But while this bomb keeps going round, so yeah, I've got 80 in the other net and then 30 in the second net. Keep throwing some meat down my edge, keep throwing some pellets in short. And if I do catch an odd fish short later on this line, I'm just chucking them pellets, it'll be mega. I'm not giving this bomb line too much feed, but that's probably why the wind got them. Yeah, it's steady away at the minute. So I've got an hour and 2 hours and 15 to go. We're at 110, so plodding along nicely, that's for sure. So if we just tick over on this bomb for the next half an hour, or bomb method, maybe get a waggler that's a bit, wind's a bit swirly for a waggler. There's not really enough fish showing to fish a waggler. Another liner. So yeah, there's definitely a few fish out there feeding now. There's still an odd one bow waving about out there, but there's nothing you can do about that. But yeah, I'm happy with how it's going. I'm not seeing anything down the edges or anything yet. I've been throwing some meat down to my left. I have started throwing some meat to my right on that semi-silverfish line, but I think I'll be better off just being patient. Just been patient on the bomb. By the sounds of it, I don't think Islands is fishing great from what I've heard, but Jeff next to me has got 12 carp, I think, something like that. So he's doing decent. Another line, drop back. There we go, there's another one. So that was in for about 2 minutes or something like that. I don't know what it is. I think it's very big. Oh, they're just swimming towards me, I think. Could be a little stocky or something, but still it's putting fish in the net, that's all that matters anyway. The left one or cruising or something. The left one. Yeah, plod away with this, I think, for now. Catch whatever comes. Right, so it went a bit quiet on my bomb line. I tried my 13 metre line to the corner. I've been pinging some 6s, I didn't have an indication on that. I just dropped down this edge and I've had a F1 first drop in about £1. Obviously it's not the desired, but put some fish together down this side. I don't know what this is, probably a carp, we've seen the way it's going. Put some fish together down this side in the meantime. I'm definitely going to say this is a carp, the way it's going. Yep. Going and going. Catch like F1s and carp down this side, I'll be happy. Decent carp. It's a good size, so it's still got 2 hours to go on it now. There's a carp, second look down the edge. Good start. Very good mouth on it. 3 or 4 pound. I can just tick over for the next. Change the show. Go for a Balkan 1 we'll go. Yeah, if we can just catch steady away down his head. I wasn't expecting to catch a carp, to be fair, after the first look. It shows that they might be coming in. I can't quite see them, it's a bit deep really. But I can just. Yeah, if I don't catch a carp every chug, I'll be happy. So I've not looked on my short pellet line or anything yet, so it's like... Normally you can see on these pegs when they're coming up the bank, you can see the reeds almost moving a little bit. But double bite. Might not all be carp. So I've got a 0.5 MN margin on. Tide 023, bulk number 8s and a dropper. And I've got a excess spade 12 on for 8mm meat, or 2 pieces of corn, 1 piece of corn, something like that. Right, so that was a steady hour. I think I had 2 carp. I just took my method away from where I've been feeding, but where there's been a lot of fish like milling up the arm of the island. This is second one in 2 chucks. I feel like when you chuck that bomb, they get like a run of fish and then they want some bait, but I feel like they could just be sat there coming across your pile of bait and obviously you get a better chance of a bite. But I'm still ticking over nicely. I've got 125 now, maybe something like that. Tried my short hard pellet line, didn't have an indication. I tried my meat, had 3 ropes and then put that up the bank. So I think from the end of the match, if this keeps going round, they're not massive fish, they're not nowhere near as big as I was when I was mugging them. Like 3 to 4 or 5 pounds sort of size. If I keep getting bites of these, I'll be happy till the end. 4 or 5 pounds, something like that. I think they might have just backed off the bait a little bit, that's all. It's well hooked. It's going to come out. I reckon that's like 4.5 pounds. But yeah, it's pretty steady really now. If I can keep catching on this, and then once maybe this dies, it might push them out towards my bait a little bit. Just got normal fishery markers. Put a bed in. Just a single coat, and then I'm just chucking it up the arm of the island. Not clipped up or anything. Just chuck it like 2 metres away from the bank. See, I just sunk my line on that last one and it went round. And I had one before that, but I had to wait a bit longer, so. Might just be an area I can pick an odd fish off. Still feeding me bomb line, just put that slightly further out into the open water. Click that on. I'm still feeding me bomb line. Further out to the right and a bit shorter. Could be a case of just backed off away from a big pile of feed that's not been eaten. I think I'm also going to change my left edge to throw in some 6mm in and fishing an 8mm milk as well. Yeah, no one's like emptying it. I can't really see. Obviously there's a swan as well, which I can't see, but I'm up to about 130ish now, I think. 130 now after that fish, so I'm happy with that. I've still got about an hour and a half to go. If I turn up down the edge or on the bomb line or something, it's easy to put another 30-40 pound in the net. I'll be up to that sort of 150, 160 that I said at the start. Just a shame them muggers didn't keep going. I think I sort of backed them off a little bit, but yeah, we'll keep going anyway. Right, we're into the last 45 minutes. It's been a pretty terrible last 45 since this day down. I've had nothing else. I think I have one more on a bomb. Just that's my second fish. I've just bear with. Second fish. I've just gone long into this corner because I've had to really to get a bite. I've lost one, landed the one before this, and then just up to the one straight away. I think probably should have gone down. I didn't really want to have to go down. But last 45 minutes needs must, I suppose.
What's Nelly at?
32.3. Give it easy to you, Jeff.
It's brilliant then for 2 hours, look. And it's wonderful for our younger. 41 £6.
We're going over here. I don't know. I just clicked £80 in that, and I think, oh, I've probably, yeah, I've definitely gone over. I think. Yeah, that'd be close. £34.40. Might just get away with it, I think. Just.
23.1. Exactly.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Right, so that's it. We're all weighed in. Very sweaty. Got a bit of an headache in the sun. I've had my glasses on all day, but not drank enough. But anyway, I've weighed £171, I think, something like that. I was very close on my first net limit. The net limit is £100. I've had 99.5 in it. They've just weighed more than I thought. I thought I had 150 at a push. So I've had 99.5 in one and then 65 in the other or something, or whatever it equates to, 62, whatever it equates to. So yeah, more than I thought, definitely. I thought them stamper fish in the last half that I caught on bomb and down the edge was a lot smaller, but I think next best weight on islands was Jim Hall, had one 25 off 31. I think Swan's been one for 52 with 122 pounds. He's fished pretty well islands, there's been several £100. I think Jeff next door's had 114. Yeah, he's caught everything on a bomb. But yeah, first 2 hours, that mugging was brilliant. You know, swapping between mugging and bomb, it worked really well. There was obviously a lot bigger than I thought. There was probably average £7-8 pound. And it's just sort of died, and I've had like, you chuck the bomb out, you get 2 fish, and then you're like, oh, there's a few fish there now, and then you just won't get another bite, and then you chuck a method out, you get a couple of fish. But you know, I've caught what I needed to really in the first like half of the match, which I thought might happen on there. It's one of those pegs where if you catch them all, sometimes they just back off and you can't get to them. But yeah, mega day that. I will say that the new Fever Carp Whopper Hybrid Elastic has been absolutely awesome, to be fair. I had my doubts, because obviously it's new, I've never used it, and to draw a peg like that where you sort of need the proper gear, but it's been absolutely fine mugging them big carp, so I'm absolutely made up with that. I've got some more that will be going in kits, that's for sure. But other than that, you know, it's been another good day out on the bank. I'm not sure, I think I've got my first qualifier next Saturday, but it's the next time I'll actually be fishing myself. I've got a couple of coaching days, and we're going to Hallcroft for the Golden Reel qualifier next Saturday, so that should be interesting. I've been there once to do a feature, and then once watching someone fish, I think, but yeah, I've never actually fished a match there, so that could be an interesting one. Well, I don't know, we've got to go, haven't we? We've got to find out. But yeah, really enjoyed today. I hope the footage comes across as good as always. Remember, as I always say it, these videos are free to watch, free to subscribe, doesn't cost you anything, and you can watch the content that I keep producing, and I hope you enjoy what I do. So yeah, buzzing today, 38 on, split of one islands pretty comfortably really, so that's all you can ask for a day like that. So yeah, happy days, and we'll catch you on the bank next time.